Field tightens up. Jennifer Morgan. A little bit of tap to Nick Morgan in the number 60. Let her know she is ready to go by him. If he slips and green flag goes in the air, we're underway. Our first event of the night. Top two run side by side through turns 1 and 2. Nick Morgan will secure the top spot as they work off turn number 2. Jennifer Morgan will challenge for that second position down inside the number 19 of Kozak. Morgan slips up the banking a little bit, forces Kozak into a higher lane he wants to run. He'll back off a bit and move Jennifer Morgan into the second spot. Nick Morgan with about a 4-car length advantage as they work down the backstretch. Jennifer Morgan holding second, Brian Kozak third. It's about 4-car lengths back to the number 27 of Jeff Lyons, and then comes Shane Boswell. Single file as they cross the stripe for lap number 2. And Nick Morgan looked like he finally has the car underneath of him that may take him to a win. He's been seeking one, and it looks like he has a strong enough car to pull it off tonight. Jennifer Morgan trying to reel him in. She'll cut into his advantage just slightly as they work through turns 1 and 2. Morgan looking in her rear view mirror to see plenty of Brian Kozak, waiting for her to make a mistake so he can retake that second spot. Four laps on the board. Looks like Nick Morgan has decided to try to check out on the field. Leave Kozak and Jennifer Morgan to battle for that second spot. Now Jeff Lyons starting to close in on them slightly. Maybe a 3-car battle for that second position here in just a lap or 2. Kozak taking a peek down to the inside of Jennifer Morgan, and he'll get the nose alongside her as they head into turn number 3. He'll keep it right down to the bottom of the speedway, try to pull up alongside her as they work onto the front stretch. Unable to do so, Jennifer Morgan holds onto the spot, and Kozak will fall in line once again. Nick Morgan breaks it up off turn number 4 to the stripe. 7 laps on the board, 13 remaining in this first of twin 20s for the Silver Eagle division. Jennifer Morgan slips just a bit in turn number 2. That'll open up the inside lane once again. Brian Kozak will challenge side by side. They'll go through 3 and 4. And at the stripe, it's Jennifer Morgan by a nose, but Kozak battling hard down on the inside. Gets a good run through turns 1 and 2. Morgan has that top end speed and able to pull up alongside once again. While this is going on, Jeff Lyons out of Manassas starts to close in. Keep an eye on the top 2, see if they get together, and he may be able to slip by and get into that second spot. Kozak pulls out and will nearly pinch Morgan against the wall. Those two getting together just a little bit on the backstretch. Both of them able to hold on and continue on their way. The halfway signal given to the field. 10 laps complete, 10 remaining, and now Jennifer Morgan decides to go to the bottom against Kozak. She'll slip just a bit in turn number 2. Kozak able to hold on to the spot for the moment, but he's got plenty of company down to the inside. To the stripe, and now Kozak decides to take back the inside lane. They'll swap it back and forth, brush a bit in turns 1 and 2, and they'll lean on each other as they work through the turn. Jennifer Morgan holding her line on the top side. Kozak able to keep it down the bottom. They'll get together once again in the middle of 3 and 4. Continue to swap paint in that battle for second. While that's going on, Nick Morgan continues to run away with it. Nearly a full straightaway advantage as that battle for second continues down the backstretch. Again, at the stripe, it's anybody's race for the second spot. Brian Kozak, number 19, turning 14 years old today, battling alongside Jennifer Morgan in a good battle for that second spot. Jeff Lyons wanting to get up there and get by Jennifer Morgan because she will tie him for the points if she finishes one position in front of him. If she's able to get back in front of Kozak, she'll be 2 points ahead of Lyons in the battle for the 97 championship. 5 laps remaining, and it's still a great battle for second. Nick Morgan checking out on the field in car number 60. He's pretty much left it to battle for second, and now Lyons able to close within a car length and a half on that battle between Kozak and Morgan. And now he'll look down to the inside of Jennifer Morgan as she has to fall in line, and they get together once again on the front stretch. Again, swapping paint. Those two battling at it hard. Neither one of them wants to give in. Looks like Morgan's going to try the top side against Kozak as they work to the stripe. Circuit number 17 on the board. And Jennifer Morgan goes back to the bottom. A great battle for second all along. Nick Morgan pulls away. Again, they brush and trade a little paint as they work down the backstretch. Jennifer Morgan will finally secure that second spot. Kozak will fall in line third. It's Jeff Lyons fourth and Shane Boswell in his first appearance running fifth. They'll get the white flag this time by, and we'll see if Kozak's able to mount one more charge on Morgan for that second spot as Nick Morgan cruises around and heads towards his first victory. We'll keep an eye on the battle for second as well. It's Nick Morgan working through turns 3 and 4 and to the stripe. Nick Morgan gets his first win of 1997 in the Silver Eagle division. Jennifer Morgan holds on to second. Kozak tries to close in on the final lap, but Jennifer Morgan will hold second spot, and third spot will go to Kozak. Fourth to Jeff Lyons, and fifth to Shane Boswell. Field gets the one to go. It'll be green flag racing next time by. 50 laps to decide this one. Dan Arnold showing the way in the point standings. 442 over Larry Morgan's 370. Work on a 50-point system. 50 points for first place and dropping by 2 points for each position thereafter. And every driver that enters an event will get at least 2 points. Sam Millisham leads him to the green and a good jump. He'll secure the top spot early, and the battle will go for second. Jim Lott goes down to the inside of Larry Morgan, and they tussle further back as well. But right now, it's Sam Millisham showing the way. A side-by-side duel for that second position. Dan Arnold holding on to the fourth spot. He's got company Jason Eberth on his rear deck and Eric Fleshwood. Fleshwood able to take over that fifth spot. He'll hold on to that. Eberth looking down to the inside once again. But up front, it's Millisham by 4 car lengths as they work down the backstretch. The second and third place cars getting together, Jim Lott and Larry Morgan. They're both able to hold on, but Jim Lott will secure the second spot. Now Morgan will go down to the inside. Larry Morgan driving car number 98 takes the inside lane. He'll pick off the second spot, moves Jim Lott back to third. Fourth spot, Dan Arnold. Fifth spot, it's side by side, Jason Eberth and the number 11, Eric Fleshwood. Fleshwood on the top side, Eberth down to the bottom. To the stripe and lap number 3, and it's still Sam Millisham. Larry Morgan trying to track him down. Now Dan Arnold goes to work for that third position. He's underneath Jim Lott, gets the position, working down the backstretch. One car looping off turn number 2, and that'll bring out caution. Another car will get involved as well. The 69 of Larry Waltrip and the 06 of Steve Powell will put us under our first caution. It's 3 laps complete when they took that caution flag. And we'll get the field reset and return to green here in just a moment. Green flag racing. It'll be Sam Millisham, Larry Morgan, Jim Lott, the top 3, Dan Arnold 4th, Eric Fleshwood 5th, Jason Eberth 6th. They all get bunched up. Green flag returns. We're back underway. It's Sam Millisham showing the way. Larry Morgan setting second, Jim Lott third, and Dan Arnold runs fourth. Rounding off top 5, number 11 of Eric Fleshwood. Morgan tries to close in on the rear deck of Millisham. It's Lott a car length back, further back in the field. Some of the others trying to work their way forward. Wes Simons Jr. in the number 3 making a move down to the inside of Ryan Burrow. Jason Ebert trying to fight his way back through the field after that incident. Dan Arnold looking to make a bid for that 3rd spot. Can't get the run off of turn number 4. He'll have to fall back in line single file. He'll continue to work on Jim Lott for that 3rd position. Lott drifts way up the bank and gets loose, and that'll open the inside lane. Dan Arnold will make the move down to the inside. He'll make the pass, move Dan Arnold up to 3rd. He'll look ahead, start to chase down Larry Morgan for that 2nd spot. Further back in the field, they continue to have a good battle between Wes Simons Jr., the number 3, the 00 of Ryan Burrow, and the 74 of Lanny Pemberton. Those 3 cars tied up in a good battle, and Cliff Sales, number 6, starting to close in on that battle as well. They'll work down the backstretch and through the middle of 3 and 4. It's Simons in the number 3 holding on to the position right now. Burrow continues to pressure, and Pemberton just looking to find some running room. His car's been off quite a bit for the last few weeks. Just seems to be unable to get the car hooked back up and get back to the front where he's used to running. 9 laps go in the record books as they continue to tussle around the speedway. Arnold starting to close in on Larry Morgan, and maybe only a couple of laps before Arnold's making a bid for that 2nd spot. Closes in to only about a half a car length as they work across the stripe for circuit number 10. 40 laps remaining in this 50-lap run. Sam Millisham trying to hold on for his first win ever in the Eagle Cup Series. Larry Morgan seeking a win in 1997. As I told you earlier, only Dan Arnold and Ryan Burrow have picked up wins so far in 97 in the Eagle Cup events. Top 3 continue to tighten up. The rest of the field pretty much shaken out right now. Drivers trying to find a line and start to gain on some of the other drivers and pick off some positions. Ever's starting to walk his way back through the field. He's picked off 4 spots in his march back to the front. And Arnold seems to be just a little bit off in the turns tonight. Not getting the usual good run down through the bottom of the turns, or he may be just looking for another line. But right now, Arnold seems to be just a bit off the top 2. Able to hold on, though, only a car length behind Larry Morgan. This time, Arnold right down into the dirt almost as he gets a good run through 1 and 2. This time, he closes up to make it a half a car length off the rear deck of Morgan. That's the battle for 2nd, and they start to approach some traffic. They'll first approach the number 69 of Larry Walter. Had a bad crash a couple of weeks ago. They just got the car back together this afternoon. Been working on it hard for the last 2 weeks, and he may be the first man to go a lap down on the track. 15 laps in the record books, and clean ever since lap number 3, where we had 2 altercations on the same lap. But right now, the top 3, nose to tail and working down the backstretch. We'll see how that lap traffic comes into play. Larry Waltrip drops down to the inside. He's going to allow the top 3 to work their way around cleanly. Morgan has to check up just a little bit. He'll lose a little bit of ground to Millisham. He'll give Millisham about a 2-car length advantage now as they head into turn number 3. Dan Arnold taking a peek to the inside once again. Gets a good run right down to the bottom. He dives down in hard, can't get the run. He'll fall in line single file once again. Further back, a good battle going on as well. Randy Yarbrough and Eric Fleshwood as they work through turns 1 and 2. And Jim Lott trying to hold off Ed Millisham. So several battles all over the speedway as drivers try to move themselves up through the field. Yarbrough able to take the spot away from Fleshwood. Now Wes Simons Jr. closes in on Eric Fleshwood. It's been a good 3-car battle. Ryan Burrow trying to close in on those. Simons was able to break away from the 2 cars he was battling with earlier, Burrow and Pemberton. And now he'll take a look to the inside of Fleshwood as they work through turns 1 and 2. Those 3 cars continue to run single file as their lead pack continues to work traffic. A little bit heavier traffic now. They go by Tom Barrett in car number 8. He'll drop down to the inside, give him clean running room. And now they start to close in on Jeff Sims, number 90. Millisham will drop down to the inside to make an inside move and take that spot away, or actually put him a lap down. So put Jeff Sims a lap down on circuit number 21. Now he'll go by Billy Cook in car number 88, and now Morgan tries to work his way around, as does Arnold. So move Millisham through some of that lap traffic, still holding on to the lead as we approach the halfway point in the event. Arnold having a little bit tougher time as he tries to work by Billy Cook. He'll lose some ground to the top two, put him back about 8 car lengths now off of the rear deck of the second place car, Larry Morgan. They'll work around Steve Powell, the 06. Morgan and Millisham clear already. Now Dan Arnold drops down to the inside lane. Powell gives him plenty of room, so Dan Arnold will get by that race traffic. And now he's got some clean running room. See if he can track down the top two once again. That battle between Yarborough, Fleshwood, and Simons continues as they work through 3 and 4. Yarborough seems to be getting a little bit loose in this long run. Cars kicked out on him several times, but he's been able to hold on to it and the position. Simons now working down to the inside of Fleshwood. And they'll continue to battle for position as they head through turns 3 and 4. They'll start to close in on the lap machine of Larry Waltrip. We'll see how that'll come into play. Yarborough able to pull away just a bit as those two continue to run side by side. Just behind them, a couple of cars getting together on the front stretch. Tom Dance and their leader, Sam Millisham. Some heavy contact on the front stretch, and that'll put us under caution on lap number 25. Tom Dance behind the wheel of the number 60. He's moving around. We're looking for movement from Sam Millisham. We see him moving around, so both drivers okay. But a tough break for Sam Millisham, leading almost to the halfway point, or actually to the halfway point, and having things go away from him so quickly. Go green flag racing once again. Larry Morgan will show the way now over Dan Arnold. Those two got a little bit of a buffer zone with the 06, the lap car of Steve Powell. Then comes the 84, Jim Lott. Lott will try to work his way quickly by Powell and seek out after the top two. Field all bunched up as they work into turns 3 and 4. A couple of lap cars hanging out in front of a couple of the faster machines, and that's going to continue to bunch things up as they work down the front stretch. Everyone trying to find some clean running room. Meanwhile, Larry Morgan's pulled out to a 4-car length advantage over Dan Arnold, but a heavy pack of traffic working through 3 and 4. Steve Powell out in front of that pack. He's one of the lap machines, also the lap machine of Billy Cook, the number 88. 63 of Jeff Arnett, he's still listed on the lead lap. Then comes the 90 machine of Jeff Sims. Showing a lap down at the moment, Randy Yarborough trying to work his way back through the field. The 00, Ryan Burrow, trying to get his way to the front, continue his climb through the points ladder. Jason Eberth working his way back through the pack, going to work now on Wes Simons Jr., the number 3 machine. Eberth involved in that altercation on lap number 3, trying to move his way back to the front. And now he'll close in on Simons. First, he'll have to work around the lap machine of Billy Cook. All this is going on. A good battle starting to shape up for the 3rd spot. Ed Millisham in the number 16, working to the inside of the 84, Jim Lott. They'll work down the middle of the backstretch and into 3 and 4. All this going on about 20 car lengths behind the top two. Millisham working the low lane. Lott getting up high in the marbles once again and move Ed Millisham into the 3rd position. And he'll seek out after the top two. They cross the stripe for lap number 31. It's Larry Morgan continuing to lead by a car length and a half over Dan Arnold. Then 20 car lengths back to the 3rd place machine of Ed Millisham. 4th comes the 84 of Jim Lott. 5th place, the 63 of Jeff Arnett. That's how they work on lap number 33 as they cross the stripe. Larry Morgan trying to hold off Dan Arnold. We'll see if Arnold's just holding back a little bit and setting him up for the final few laps. Eberth trying to work his way around Simons once again. Both those cars closing in on Ryan Burrow, the 00. All this going on a full straightaway back from the lead pack. Arnold taking a peek to the inside of Morgan, unable to get the run through turns 1 and 2, but now he'll close up to just a couple of feet off the rear deck of the leader. "36 laps go on the scoreboard. And Larry Morgan seeking his first win in 97, but Dan Arnold not about to make it an easy one. So he continues to ride right in his rearview mirror, keeping the pressure on, keeping Morgan thinking. Burrows, Simons, and Eberth continue their battle. And that's the battle for 7th spot. Burrow holding on to it. Simons trying to work him over. He's got Jason Eberth in his rearview mirror. They'll continue to run nose to tail. Lanny Pemberton, the number 74, made pit stop during that last caution. Seems to finally got a little bit of a handling situation on his car. He tries to work by the lap machine of Jeff Sims and trying to work on Cliff Sales for position. Leaders again starting to close in on traffic as 40 laps go on the scoreboard, 10 laps to go. And we'll see how this traffic comes into play, who will work by it cleanly. Eberth finally taking a spot away from Simons. Simons not making it easy. He tries to battle back, but Eberth finally takes that position away. Our leaders approach Billy Cook. Larry Morgan drops down to the inside, able to get a clean run, and he'll bypass Billy Cook, putting that machine another lap down. They're starting to close in now on Sam Millisham. Millisham leading this event early and now subject to going a lap down with only 8 laps remaining in the event. Millisham will drop down, allow the top 2 to go at it. And Arnold taking a peek to the inside, can't get the run as they head into turn number 3. He continues to keep that nose right down to the bottom of the track. Tries to pull up alongside, but the lap machine of Larry Waltrip will come into play. They'll have to cleanly work their way around him before they can go after their battle once again. Waltrip gives them plenty of room on the top side. The top 2 race through 3 and 4. Ed Millisham able to close in on them just a little bit as they've been working some of this traffic, but time winding down. Only 6 laps remaining. Now Steve Powell wisely gets out the way. A little courtesy move, allowing the top 2 to go on about their battle. And we're going to keep an eye on them. The top 2 in points, running 1-2 on the speedway. Larry Morgan, the number 98, second in points. Dan Arnold leads the points coming into tonight's run. And regardless of what happens here, Arnold will be able to hold on to it. A dominant performance in 1997 by Dan Arnold. 8 feature wins this season alone. He's only lost 1 all year long. Move over flag given to number 90, Jeff Sims. Sims decides to go to the top side and let the leaders go down on the bottom. And now Arnold, again, sizing up Morgan. They'll come to the stripe. It'll be 3 laps remaining. And the top 2 continuing to run nose to tail. Good battles, several spots on the speedway, but we're going to keep our attention focused on the top 2. Larry Morgan by a car length and a half over Dan Arnold. They'll work to lap number 48. It'll be 2 laps remaining when Morgan crosses the stripe, trying to hold on and bring Speedy Baldwin his first win of 1997. If Arnold's going to make his move, he's going to do it now. He closes into inches off the rear deck of Morgan as they work to the stripe and the white flag. 1 lap to go. Larry Morgan trying to hold on for the win. He'll keep it right down to the bottom. Gets a little bit loose. He works off turn number 2. Arnold will get into his rear deck. Arnold will lose a little bit of ground. Morgan shows the way through 3 and 4. He has him by half a car length. Arnold puts it down to the floor but can't catch him. And Larry Morgan will take the win. Dan Arnold will take second spot. And Larry Morgan becomes the 3rd winner of 1997, and a great battle right to the finish. 3rd spot will go to Ed Millisham. 4th will go to Jim Lott, and 5th unofficially goes to Jeff Barnett in a great run right to the finish. And we'll go down and talk to our winner, Larry Morgan. Right here at Southside Speedway. 7:30 start time. Green flag goes in the air. We're underway. Christopher Grubb takes him to the green. And he'll try to quickly secure that top spot, but Justin Emery works the high side against him. Emery has to check up just a bit as he comes off turn number 2, and now Robinson will challenge Emery for the position. All this going on about a car length behind Christopher Grubb. Grubb will show the way to circuit number 1. Brent Robinson moving his way into the second spot. See if he can track down Grubb. Robinson running hard into turns 3 and 4. He'll gain a little bit of ground. Gets a little bit loose coming off turn number 4. That'll cost him some time. And now Emery finally reaching down and finding the throttle. Tries to close in on Robinson. Grubb checks up just a bit. Robinson again running in hard into turn 3. Seems to be real comfortable with 3 and 4. And he's cut it down to a car length. And now make it just a few feet as he tries to close in Grubb and challenge for that top spot. Grubb seems to be working 1 and 2 a bit better. Robinson 3 and 4. Seems to be to his liking. And they continue to stay fairly tight as they work down the backstretch. They'll head for the stripe. It'll be 5 laps complete and 10 laps remaining in their 15-lap run. Robinson able to stay about 2 car lengths back. Emery fading a bit off the rear deck of Robinson. Again, Robinson with that hard charge into turn number 3. Brings it all the way down to the bottom of the track and gains some ground. Looks to the inside of Grubb. Has to back out just a bit. Grubb will hold on to the top spot. This time Robinson again having a little bit of a problem in the middle of turns 1 and 2. He'll lose some ground and try to pick it back up through 3 and 4 where he's done it every lap. This time car gets away from him just a bit. And now Emery able to close in on Robinson. Again, Robinson gets a bit loose working off turn number 2, and now Emery makes a charge. Justin Emery, the Taz, makes the move. He'll drift up the banking, and Robinson obviously carries that 3 because he's watched Dale Earnhardt at Darlington a few times make that move. Or move Robinson back into the second spot. They're halfway through, 8 laps down, 7 to go in their 15-lap run. All this battle's going on behind Christopher Grubb. Opens up about a 10-car length advantage over that battle for second. Through turns 3 and 4 and heading to the stripe. Circuit number 10 goes on the board. 5 laps remaining. And Robinson and Emery trying to close in on Grubb. Brent Robinson, the number 3, USA Tire, Cable Associates, Grafton Station Apartments, Holiday Chevrolet, Hibbert Iron Works, F.W. Siebert, and Granny and Pawpaw, all donating money for his racing cause. Must be a good salesman. Emery tries to close in, make a bid for that second spot. Remember, car number 3, car number 7, Robinson and Emery are in a battle for the points lead. They're tied coming into this event. So it's an important run. They don't want to lose any ground to each other in this battle for the 1997 Bronze Eagle title. 2 laps to go. Grubb seeming secure and out front spot. And Justin Emery will take 3rd.